Hey guys, this is Runner Faru here, and in this video we're going to be doing the casting comparison. With me today I've got the Fishman Beams Blanc Sierra 4.8 UL, and this is going to be my standard rod of choice that I'm going to be using with all these casting comparison videos. The first reel that I've got up is the Soloking Acura HICC 50 reel. I've got about 50 meters of 0.6 go or 0.128 millimeter line, and I'm going to be casting a number of these practice lures. I've got I believe it's a Cultiva micro snap on here, just to kind of make things easier to switch back and forth between these lures. And then the lures I'll be testing today are the Kastking Kestrel and the Shimano Aldebaran BFS. This is the 2022 version. And so the first one up is going to be the Soloking Acura, and we're going to go with the heaviest lure that I'm going to cast, which is a 5-gram lure. Now, I do want to say that, you know, the rod that you're using to cast really affects casting distance, and that's why I'm going to be using the same rod on all of these reels. You may get, you know, further distances, you know, depending on your conditions and depending on the rod that you're using, the line that you're using, the amount of line that you have on your spool. So yeah, keep all of that in mind. But yeah, I've got the brake setting at about 3, so I'm gonna adjust those down a little bit most likely. But here we go, first cast. Yeah, so definitely got to adjust it. So I'm gonna go down 2 clicks, cast, and then, all right. So we're gonna set the rod down. All right, so that's fairly straight. And what I've got here is a distance of about 82 and, you know, a couple inches. So you guys can see that right there, hopefully. All right, again, this is the 5-gram lure, and I'm on a couple clicks less than 3. And let's give it one more go. All right. We'll take that one for what it is. Okay, and so this one is going to be about 10 feet less, actually. So here we go, 3.5 grams. And I know you guys might be interested more in the 1 gram, which is kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's a little unrealistic, because how many people are actually casting 1-gram lures? I guess that's what you're buying BFS for though, right? Okay. So we'll keep it at 3.5 breaks just to start out with. And that seems pretty good. Okay. All right. So that went pretty far too, and then let's go. So this is going to be 63 feet. So 63 feet for the first measured cast. And that's with 3.5 grams. So I'm going to lower this 1 more click, and we'll give it a shot. All right, I think that went much further actually. And we're at 78 feet, 78 feet and 3 inches or so. So that's a pretty big delta. Okay, back again. I've got the Kastking Kestrel on here. I've got some 0.6 go line, 50 meters, the same deal. Back on the same Fishman Beams Blanc Sierra 4.8 UL, and I've got the 3.5 gram weight on here. So we're going to go ahead and try to get this set up. Let's see, the spool tension seems pretty good. My brakes are on the absolute minimum right now, and I don't think I can go any lower than that. And from my experience, it seems like this rod is over braked, so we're just going to start with that. So let's give it a whirl. First cast. And it does kind of go over to the left, and it doesn't seem like it's casting very far for the 3.5 gram weight. But I'm going to give it a couple practice casts, and we're going to go from there. If you can hear this, I've cleaned this reel out, and I took out a lot of grease, and then I cleaned out the spool bearings, and then I actually put back a little bit of grease on the gears. Because of the fact that they felt so geary, But then now I have this interesting sound, and I think it's from the spool bearings being cleaned out too much. So, all right, we're gonna do one more cast and we're gonna count that, and then we're gonna go to the 5 gram weight. I'm not even gonna bother with the 1 gram weights with these. I'm actually at the 48 and 4 inches mark. So 48 and 4 inches. We'll get one more good cast in. All right, so we're gonna count that. That seems about as hard as I can cast it without getting an overrun. And you can see that the lure is still going towards the left, which means that it is overbraked. And this is a 3.5 gram lure. And what does that mean? Well, let's see. So about 46 feet. And this is the 1/8 ounce. So if you are using this, most likely you're not going to be able to cast as far as you can with a different reel setup. We're going to set up with the 5 gram and see if that does anything. Okay, so now we're on the 5 gram lure. This is the 1/5 ounce. And I'm going to try to cast it straight ahead towards where my tape measure was supposed to go. Okay, so that seems a little bit respectable. All right, so let's follow. All right, so what would it get? You got about a little over 60 feet. So 60 and 4 inches. We'll give it one more cast. Okay, that one seems just a smidge further. Just the tiniest bit. So let's go check it out. Where did it go? The distance is actually 60 and 4 inches. So pretty much the same deal. Nothing to write home about with this. I'm not really happy or pleased with this reel. Okay, I've got the 2022 Shimano Aldebaran BFS on here, and I've got the 5 gram weight on here. All right, so here we go. This is going to be the real cast. Here at about 77 feet. All right, one more time. Alrighty. All right, so here in this one, we're getting, looks like 71 and 7. Right, so this is the 3.5 gram lure, practice lure. All right, here we go. All right, I saw where that went, and I can tell what's going on. I know what's going on now. As soon as the lure hits the ground, it's giving me a little mini overrun, and that's fine. Okay, so here it is. Oh, here, perfect. So as it lies, and then this one, I got 67 feet, or almost 67 feet. So we're gonna count that one as, we'll count that one as 67, or I guess 67, or 66 and 11 inches. And then we'll get one more cast in. One more cast for good measure. And to be honest with you, I have no idea where that went. Right here. Okay, so right there. And let's see if I can. Alrighty. So for this one, we're at 68 and about 8 inches. 68 and 8 inches. So there you go. Those are the distances we're going to record for the Aldebaran 22 BFS with the 3.5 gram weight. Okay. Reminder to self, do this with easy to see line.